Okay, briefly, I don't know. It's not much good in coming all the way down here, getting our tails kicked by 4 touchdowns. So, disappointed. We were ready to play. Our guys played hard. They're good. They deserve credit. Sonny's done a nice job with these guys. There's a reason why they're undefeated. That's about it.
Do you think back about missed opportunities like the 4th and 1, the drop pass, that sort of stuff?
I do. In fact, that's something we talked about in the locker room. We fought our way back into this thing from 27-7 to 27-24, and we had opportunities and we didn't capitalize on them. We need to win down here. We're going to have against a team like that. We've got to make those breaks and take advantage of them, and we didn't. They got away from us.
Did you think that Bradley picked up that 4th and 1, and did you think about asking for a review?
Well, they review every play, and the thing about review on a spot is if it's not a good yard wrong, they don't fix it. So generally, it's got to be pretty much egregious. They got to miss it by about a yard. So they're reviewing them all anyway, and so I don't know. You guys had a better look at that than I did. Upstairs, we thought we got it.
This kind of team coach, not only put pressure on your team, but put pressure on the coaching staff a little bit, to take some chances when they're putting up points?
Well, we weren't really stopped. We knew there's a chance we wouldn't stop them until we got down the red zone. So we had some things up. We faked a punt in 4th and 10, which is not necessarily a situation where you normally do that. We had an onside kick called in the first half. They gave us a look that wasn't conducive to it. We did onside kick at the end. That wasn't a surprise. So, you do take some of those chances. You go for it on 4th down some, which we did. It's that kind of game. It's, that's what you do, I think, against teams like this.
Well, why is it that you knew that it would be so hard to stop them until they got into the red zone? Like, what makes them so good?
They're good. They've got good players. They've got a good scheme. They hurried up. They get a lot of plays. So, they don't turn it over. They're plus 24 or whatever in their last, now plus 26 or whatever in the last 12 games. They run it equally well as throw it. The screenplay made it hard for us to pressure them. They did a nice job with their screen game. So it's just they've got a good team. That's what it is.
One of the positives, obviously, Devontae Davis, just an unbelievable first half. Did you make an effort to get him involved this week?
The ball goes where it goes. He made some great plays. It's fun to see our young guys kind of come of age. He was the example tonight. I think Ron Scoggins, my impression is he played well. We're playing a lot of young players, and they're making plays against, there's a chance those guys can be ranked next week. They're making plays against BCS conference teams, against ranked teams. So, I like where we're headed. We need to win. It's disappointing to put all our work in and come down here and not get the win.
Did Davis get hurt? Is he okay?
He's okay. Yeah, he's okay. The other missed opportunities, we had the kickoff return out the gate, stumbled and went down. So.
Did he get tackled or did he just fall?
He just fell.
He didn't have a good night in a lot of ways.
No, he had a couple of, he had a good night in some ways, and he had some missed opportunities. Those are things that get us over the top in this one, and we didn't make the plays.
Is there an issue with him? What can you attribute?
Oh gosh, I don't know. Maybe the 45-yard line was raised a little bit. I don't know. He just tripped, and the first one he had a little air too and tripped. So I think he gets excited when he's got all that grass in front of him, probably.
With their hurry up, a lot of times it seemed like they were lining up to basically run like the same play over and over. They had checks out of it, but it seems like with as quickly as they get to the line, how hard is that to try and defend against over 60 minutes?
It's a different offense and Air Force, but in terms of tempo and what they're trying to accomplish with those sort of things, it's the same thing we saw against Air Force a couple of weeks ago. So, we really didn't have a hard time getting lined up. It's more about, executing and making plays and making tackles in space. They get the ball into space and you got to make plays, and sometimes their athlete was better than our athlete in space.
Is that really just what it boils down to, is that, defensively, more so than schemes, it was just guys, need to step up, knock the ball away?
Yeah, you got to, it's not dissimilar to what we say when we play the option teams. You have to get off blocks and make tackles. They had a couple of different schemes running the ball, but most of it was just inside and outside zone. Not not all, but most of it. You know, we didn't get off blocks well enough. You know, we need to do that. We're going to see more of it next week, so we're going to be ready to go.